the Father of the universe.
Allah, the Father of the universe.
Father of love.
The Father of love.
Truth.
Peace.
Freedom.
And justice.
Allah is my protector.
My guide.
And
my salvation.
By night.
And by day.
Through his holy prophet.
Through Ali.
Amen. Please remain standing, those who are able, for the more honors and units. First shall rise, giving praise to Allah.
Shall rise, giving praise to Allah.
Giving honor to his last prophet in these days.
Giving honor to his last prophet in these days.
Prophet Noble Drew Ali.
Prophet Noble Drew Ali.
Give honor to all true and divine prophets of Allah.
I give honor to all true and divine prophets of Allah.
Jesus.
Muhammad.
Buddha.
Confucius.
Etc. I give honor to Marcus Garvey.
I give honor to Marcus Garvey.
Forerunner Prophet Noble Drew Ali.
Forerunner Prophet Noble Drew Ali.
I give honor to the American flag.
I give honor to the American flag.
Flag of our birth.
Flag of our birth.
And to the Moorish flag.
And to the Moorish flag.
Our decent flag.
Our decent flag.
The red flag.
The red flag.
The 5-pointed green star in the center.
The 5-pointed green star in the center.
Representing the divine principle.
Representing the divine principles.
Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice.
I love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice.
I give honor to our divine charter.
I give honor to our divine charter.
Which gives us the divine and legal right.
Which gives us the divine and legal right.
To practice and promote our religion.
To practice and promote our religion.
Unmolested. I give honor to all past Supreme Grand Advisors and moderators.
I give honor to all past Supreme Grand Advisors and moderators.
Brother C. Kirkman Bay.
Brother C. Kirkman Bay.
Brother F. Nelson Bay.
Brother F. Nelson Bay.
And Brother J. Blakely Bay.
And Brother J. Blakely Bay.
I give honor to our former past Grand Sheik and moderator.
I give honor to our former past Grand Sheik and moderator.
Brother R. Love you.
Brother I love you.
I give honor to our present Grand Sheik and moderator.
I give honor to our present Grand Sheik and moderator.
Brother R. Jones Bay.
Brother R. Jones Bay.
I give honor to the assistant Grand Sheik.
Honor to the assistant Grand Sheik.
Brother A. Hopkins Bay.
Brother A. Hopkins Bay.
I give honor to the Grand National Chairman.
I give honor to the Grand National Chairman.
Who's also the Grand Sheik.
Who's also the Grand Sheik.
Here at Temple 71.
Here at Temple 71.
Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C.
Brother P. Chase Hill.
Brother P. Chase Hill.
I give honor to all national officials.
I give honor to all national officials.
In their office and station officials.
Give honor to all state officials.
Giving honor to Brother H.R.S. Bay.
Giving honor to Brother H.R.S. Bay.
Grand Governor Washington, D.C.
Grand Governor Washington, D.C.
And to his assistant.
And to his assistant.
Sister D. Jones Bay.
Sister D. Jones Bay.
I give honor to all local officials.
I give honor to all local officials.
In their office and station.
In their office and station.
All divine ministers.
All divine ministers.
Sheiks and sheikas.
Sheiks and sheikas.
And all members.
And all members.
The Moorish Science Temple of America.
The Moorish Science Temple of America.
And to everything that the prophet brought and taught.
And to everything that the prophet brought and taught.
For the uplifting and fallen humanity.
For the uplifting and fallen humanity.
To all the auxiliaries.
To all the auxiliaries.
And the Moorish media team.
And the Moorish media team.
All of our viewers.
All of our viewers.
And those who are listening in.
And those who are listening in.
Give honor to our class.
Give honor to our class.
Peace.
Peace.
I'll now read Salvation, Our God, Unity. The Moorish Science Temple of America, the Divine Constitution and Bible. Act 1. The Grand Sheik and the Chairman of the Moorish Science Temple of America is empowered to make law and enforce law with the assistance of the Prophet and the Grand Body of the Moorish Science Temple of America. The Assistant Grand Sheik is to assist the Grand Sheik in all affairs. If he lives according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and it is known before the members of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Act 2. All meetings are to be open and closed promptly, according to the Circle 7 and love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Friday is our holy day of rest, because on a Friday the first man was formed in flesh, and on a Friday the first man departed out of flesh, and ascended unto his Father. Act 2. All meetings are to be open and closed promptly, according to the Circle 7 and love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Friday is our holy day of rest, because on a Friday the first man was formed in flesh, and on a Friday the first man departed out of flesh, and ascended unto his Father, God Allah. For that cause, Friday is the holy day for all Muslims all over the world. Act 3. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice must be proclaimed and practiced by all members of the Moorish Science Temple of America. No member is to put in danger or accuse falsely his brother or sister on any occasion at all that may harm his brother or sister, because Allah is love. Act 4. All members must preserve these holy and divine laws, and all members must obey the laws of the government, because by being a Moorish American, you are a part and parcel of the government and must live the life accordingly. Act 5. This organization of the Moorish Science Temple of America is not to cause any confusion or to overthrow the laws and constitution of the said government, but to obey and abide. Act 6. Thus, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they may know that they are a part and a partial of this said government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is a new era of time now, and all men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live and the nations of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained noble Drew Ali the prophet to redeem his people from their sinful ways. The Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites whom inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. Act 7. All members must properly attend their meetings and become a part and a partial of all looking acts of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Members must pay their dues and keep in line with all necessities of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Then you are entitled to the name of faithful. Husband, you must support your wife and children. Wife, you must obey your husband and take care of your children and look after the duties of your household. Sons and daughters must obey father and mother and be industrious and become a part of the uplift in the fallen humanity. All Moorish Americans must keep their hearts and minds filled with love and their bodies clean with water. This divine covenant is from your holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali, through the guidance of his father, God Allah. Noble Drew Ali family. Moorish American prayer. Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation, by night and by day. Through his holy prophet, Drew Ali. Amen. The Moorish Science Temple of America, mailing address, MSTFA Incorporated, P.O. Box 388, Greenbelt, Maryland, 20768. Thus, we've had a reading from all 7 acts of divine constitution and bylaws. I'll now read questionnaire additional laws for the Moorish Americans by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Act 1. Grand chiefs and governors, heads of all temples, all businesses. Each said temple must be approved by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali before acting upon by any members. Let it be finance, property, or any line of life that will cause the members to sacrifice finance, etc., that will cause the support of any group of members. Any former officer that violates these laws is subject to be removed from his office under heavy restriction, etc., by the Prophet or the Grand Chief. Act 2. All members are to attend their ADAP meetings and their public meetings promptly. If a member is found standing around on their meeting period, she'll be fined 50 cents on the first case, and on the second, he will be fined $1, which will go on your emergency fund. If the member is working, his monthly dues must be paid. And if he has money in the bank, he must subscribe for as much as he is able to the Moorish Uplifting Fund, because it takes finance to uplift a nation. Act 3. It is lawful and divine duty of every good member to aid me in saving the nation. And if he does not, he is an enemy to the cause of uplifting his own people, and justice must catch you. Let it be he or she, according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, as I have the power invested in my hands, and I will have to enforce the law in order to save the nation. Act 4. All members, while making a public speech, must not use any assertion against the American flag or speak radical against the church or any member of any organized group, because we are to teach love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Act 5. All members must promptly attend their meetings and send their children to Sunday school, and the teacher must confirm himself to the questionnaire and let every member exercise his 5 senses who is able to do so, because out from your Sunday school comes the guidance of the nation. Act 6. Thus all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they may know that they are a part and parcel of this said government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is a new era of time now, and all men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live and the nations of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained Noble Deuteronomy the prophet to redeem his people from their sinful ways. The Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites who inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. Act 7. All members must promptly attend their meetings and become a part and a partial of all of the acts of the Moorish Science Temple. Members must pay their dues and keep in line with all necessities of the Moorish Science Temple. Then you are entitled to the name of faithful. Husband, you must support your wife and children. Wife, you must obey your husband and take care of your children and look after the duties of your household. Sons and daughters must obey father and mother and be industrious and become part of the uplift and the fall of humanity. All Moorish Americans must keep their hearts and minds filled with love and their bodies clean with water. This divine covenant is from your holy prophet, Noble Deuteronomy, through the guidance of his father, God Allah. Peace. Thus we had a reading from all 7 acts or questioning and additional laws for the Moorish Americans by the prophet Noble Deuteronomy. We'll now have a reading from the Holy Koran of the Moorish Science Temple of America, divinely prepared by the noble prophet Deuteronomy, by the guidance of his father, God Allah. The great God of the universe, to redeem man from the simple, fallen stage of humanity back to the highest plane of life with his father, God Allah. I read from the Divine Instructions from the Holy Prophet, page 41, chapter 34. Holy Instructions from the Prophet, sincerity. O thou who art enamored with the beauty of truth, and has fixed thy heart on the simplicity of her charms, hold fast thy fidelity unto her, and forsake her not. The constancy of thy virtues shall crown thee with honor. Thus we had a reading from the Holy Koran of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Our Sunday school Koran class is officially open, and I'd like to welcome you all out. If there's anyone in the hallway vestibule, please let them in. If there's anyone downstairs, please let them up at this time. How the Moors feeling today? We've called for our Grand Sheik and moderator, our brother, man, and friend, Brother John Bay, for our Sunday school.
Islam.
Islam.
Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation, by night and by day, through his holy prophet, Deuteronomy. Amen.
Who made you?
Allah.
Who is Allah?
Allah is the Father of the universe.
Can we see it?
No.
Where is the nearest place we can meet him? Who is Noble Deuteronomy?
He is Allah's prophet.
What is a prophet?
Prophecy follow the law manifested in the flesh.
What is the duty of a prophet?
Save nations from wrath of God.
Who was the founder of the Moorish Science Temple of America? What year was the Moorish Science Temple of America founded?
1913
Where?
New York, New Jersey.
Where was Noble Drawley born?
AD. State of North Carolina, 1886.
What is his nationality?
Moorish American.
What is your nationality?
Moorish American.
Why are we Moorish American?
Because we are descendants of the Moroccans and America.
For what purpose was the Moorish Science Temple of America founded?
It uplifted and formed humanity,
How did the prophet begin to uplift the Moorish America?
teaching them to be themselves.
What is our religion?
Islamism,
Is that a new or is that the old time religion?
old time religion.
What kind or flag is the Moorish?
The black flag, the flag, and the stars in the center.
What do the 5 points represent?
Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice.
How old is our flag?
It is over 10,000 years old.
Which is our holy day?
Friday,
Why?
because Friday is the day on which man became flesh. And on Friday, he died.
Who was Jesus? Where was he born? Who were his father and mother?
Joseph and Mary,
You give in brief the line genealogy through which Jesus came.
some of the great fathers to which Jesus came upon, and those Jesse, King David, Solomon, Hezekiah, and Joseph and Mary.
Why did Allah send Jesus to this earth?
To save the Israelites from the iron and oppression of Persia, over the portion of Palestine at that time.
How long has that been?
About 2,000 years ago.
What was the nationality of Ruth?
Ruth was a Moabite.
What is the modern name for Moabite?
Moroccans,
Where is the Moroccan Empire?
northwestern Mexico,
What is the modern name for Mexico?
Africa,
What is the title given to our ruler in Morocco?
Sultan,
Where do we get the name Jesus?
from the east.
What does the name Jesus mean?
Jesus
means justice.
Did the angel give to the child that was called Jesus a holy name?
Yes, but cannot be used by those who are saved.
What is an angel?
And angels of Allah manifested in the flesh.
What are angels used for?
To
Carry
carry
a
a
message to the four corners of the world to all nations.
What is our prophet to us?
He is an angel of Allah sent to bring us the everlasting gospel.
What is the everlasting gospel?
It is the straight path of the counsel of Allah and the angel fathers.
What is the covenant of the great God Allah?
Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the earth and understand.
At what age did Jesus begin to teach?
At the age of 12,
Where did he teach?
in Iraq, in Europe,
How long did he teach?
18 years.
What did Jesus say that would make you free?
Truth.
What is truth?
Truth is all.
What is all?
All is Allah.
Can truth change?
Truth cannot change or pass away.
What other name do we give to truth?
Holy breath.
What have you to say about holy breath?
All we can say is great, is good, it was, is, and will be. Amen.
At what place on earth was the physical part of man formed?
In the Garden of Eden,
Where is the Garden of Eden?
and the man came and seated in Mecca.
What is the modern name for the Garden of Eden?
Mecca.
What is the name of the first physical man?
The name cannot be used only by the Hebrews, but AC of MSC.
What are the words of AC of the MSD of A?
At that time, the Lord sent to America.
Who were Adam and Eve?
There are mothers and fathers of the human family, Ajax and Moses.
Where did they go?
They went to Asia.
What is the modern name given to their children?
Ajax.
Who is guarding the holy city of Mecca today to keep the unbelievers away?
Ajax.
What is the modern name for those angels?
Ajax.
What is the shade of their skin?
Olive.
Are the Moorish Americans any relation to those angels?
Yes, we all have same father and mother.
Give 5 names that are given to the descendants of Adam and Eve.
Lucifer, Satan, devil, dragon, and
What is the devil sometimes called?
The Lord self,
How many cells are there?
Two.
Name them.
higher self, and lower self.
What people represent the higher self?
Angels who protect the holy city of Mecca.
What people represent the lower self?
Those who cast out the holy city, those who accept the teaching.
What is the higher self?
The higher self is the one of the virtues and the harmonies of life, who reads justice, mercy, love, and life.
Can the higher self pass away?
No,
Why?
because it is all in the name.
What does the lower self breathe?
Which explain roots, nerve, step, everything at all.
What did the higher self say to the lower self at one time when you met him?
Where you are certain,
What was the answer that the lower self gave to the higher self?
I'm not choosing for earth, seeking one that God.
Has he finished his task of divine?
Yes,
When was his time declared out?
we now Jesus on the cross.
What are the last words Jesus uttered?
It is finished.
What did he have reference to?
It had reference to the end of Satan.
Did Jesus say that he would return to conquer him?
Yes.
What is the name of the person into whom Jesus was first reincarnated?
Prophet Muhammad the Prophet.
Was Satan to be bound then?
Satan was to be bound with bars.
When was the head of Satan taken off?
1453 Byzantine.
By whom?
By Muhammad.
Name some of the marks that were put upon the wars of Northwest by the European nations in 1774.
Negro, black, colored, Ethiopian.
Negro.
The name given to the river of West Africa by Moors because it contains black water.
What is meant by the word black?
Black according to science means death.
What does the word colored mean?
Color means anything that can varnish your eye.
What does Ethiopia mean?
Ethiopian means something died.
Can a man be a Negro, black, colored, or Ethiopian?
No,
Why?
because man is made in the image and not the likeness of God.
What title does Satan give himself?
God.
Will you define the word white?
White is pure, purity is God, God is the ruler of life.
To whom do we refer to? Pardon me. To whom do we refer to at times as being the great God? Is the devil made in the image and likeness of Allah?
No, it is shut down over self.
Who made the devil?
Elohim.
Who is Elohim?
Elohim is the son of the spirit of everything that ever was, is, and ever will be.
What is Elohim sometimes called?
7 times of Allah.
How many days are in the circle?
7 days.
How many days are in a creation?
7 days.
According to science, how many days in a year?
7 days.
Okay, praise the Lord. I want you to listen to this, and then I'm ask you a question. I want you to pay attention to a word, because it's a very important word. The last chapter, the end of time and the fulfilling of the prophecy. The last prophet in these days is noble Juali, who was prepared in due time by Allah to redeem men from their sinful ways and to warn them of the great wrath which is sure to come upon the earth. John the Baptist was the forerunner of Jesus in those days, to warn and stir up the nation and prepare them to receive the divine creed, which was to be taught by Jesus. In these modern days, there came a forerunner who was divinely prepared by the great God, Allah, and his name is Marcus Garvey, who did teach and warn the nations of the earth to prepare to meet the coming prophet, who was to bring the true and divine creed of Islam. And his name is Noble Juali, who was prepared and sent to this earth by Allah to teach the old-time religion and the everlasting gospel to the sons of men, that every nation shall and must worship under their own vine and fig tree, and return to their own with their father, God Allah. What word do you think I was focusing on?
Creed.
That's good. Creed. What is creed? What is a creed? What is our creed? No, what is a creed? Then what is our creed? Now remember, Jesus brought a creed. And what was that creed to do? What did it say in the book? What did it say in the book about the creed that Jesus brought?
Basic belief in our religion.
Huh?
There's a basic belief about religious faith.
That's right. That's what it is. Now, what did Jesus bring it for? It says it in the book. Read the book. If you can't recall it, read the book. What does that help you do? It helps you to reinforce it. Remember, one of the keys to learning is being able to reinforce, so that you can have it can be easily referred to when certain questions are asked. Now, what did Jesus say, or what was it said about Jesus, the creed that Jesus brought?
Truly right.
It It was. No question. And here it says, I just read it. That's what I'm saying. You know. Go back to chapter 48. Read chapter 40, the instruction in chapter 48 that mentions the creed that Jesus taught. Something about Jesus' creed in chapter 48. Go to instruction number 3. Come on, bro. Morris Bay, J. Morris.
Islam. That every nation shall and must worship under their own line and fig tree and turn to their own and be one with their father God out.
Okay, but go up above that.
Okay. It was. I'm gonna just read up until that point.
Good, okay.
In these modern days, there came a forerunner who was divinely prepared by the great God Allah, and his name is Marcus Garvey, who did teach and warn the nations of the earth to prepare to meet the coming prophet, who was to bring the true and divine creed of Islam.
Okay. Now find the one in there that, and it tells you what Jesus' creed was about, which helps you to understand what our creed is. Islam.
To teach the old time religion and the everlasting gospel to the sons of men.
Yeah. Who else? Come on, brother Jake Morris Bay.
I was gonna say something, when it said John the Baptist was a forerunner
Okay.
of Jesus in those days,
Okay.
to warn and stir up the nation and prepare them to receive
The what?
divine creed,
The divine creed of who?
which was to be taught by Jesus.
Which was to be taught by Jesus. So that means now Jesus brought a creed that was divine, and the prophet Noble Drew brought a creed that was divine. Now the difference was not really a real difference, but it's enough difference to talk about it. First of all, I want to know now, what is a creed? What is a creed, Captain Spade?
It's a belief in your religious faith.
A belief in your religious faith, or it is a declaration of your religious faith. You know, in other words, it is a statement of your beliefs. What do you believe? What does our creed, what do we say about our creed that speaks about our beliefs? What do you believe? Let's start right there. What do you believe? Come on, Mo.
That Allah and man are one.
You believe that Allah and man are one. Why do you believe that Allah and man are one?
Because I know that I'm a part of him, according to my understanding.
Okay.
I was created in the image and after the likeness of him.
Okay.
So I have him in me.
Okay. Who else? Come on, Brother Jackson.
I believe in the prophet Noble Drew. I can't put my hand on Allah. I can only believe what the prophet tell me about Allah.
Okay.
So I would believe everything is left in his hands.
Okay.
Everything. I can't believe in Jesus. I ain't never, can't stand on that. I can only go by what the prophet says. That's my belief.
Okay. Say something more.
I believe that heaven is a state of mind
That's good. Why do you believe that?
from experience. From experience.
That's good. Come on, what do you believe? What do you believe? Do you believe? Maybe that's the question should be asked. You know, do you believe? And if you do believe, what do you believe? That's the question. Come on, Mark.
I believe that the teachings of the prophet Noble Drew are along the lines of all the true and divine prophets.
Okay, what makes you believe that, Ben?
Because it's the truth. I believe it's the truth.
You believe it's the truth. Babe, why do you believe it's the truth? Or what makes you, what helps you to, what encourages you to believe that it is the truth?
Because if you read if you read his words,
Okay,
he said, my words are spirit.
okay,
So when I read the prophet's words,
okay,
I feel a spirit within me
okay,
that tells me this is right.
okay,
You understand? You know, I'm not going astray.
okay,
He's not leading me astray.
okay,
You know, and those teachings is gonna put me on a path
okay,
that lead to my salvation.
okay, 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 okay. Come on, sis.
I can double down on that as far as, I believe that these teachings help guide my actions, right?
Okay,
And
okay,
why? Because what it brings when I follow the teaching.
what it brings or what the result is.
Yeah.
Okay, 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 okay. Yes, brother.
Yes, piggyback on what the brother's saying, because when I read the books, all the prophets taught one thing, Mom, is to believe in one God.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying? The prophet knows God is exactly what Jesus did, but y'all not in the same condition
okay,
that them people was in at that time.
okay, okay, okay. All right. Go ahead. What else do you believe? I mean, what do you believe? What's keeping you in here? Come on, babe.
I believe that these teachers are redeemers of our sinful ways.
Okay, okay, okay. Give me the reason as to why you say that.
And the reason why I said it because most of the time our sinful ways were unnoticed. They were not acknowledged because we didn't really know that they were sins.
Okay,
And with the teachings of the prophet, he's pointing out to us how we are committing sins by the teachings that we're under compared to the teachings that we're trying to accept today.
okay,
And one is that he even goes as far as letting us know that the sin lies in the wish and the desire,
Okay.
and not in the act.
all right,
So that makes us more conscious that because we have manifested physically, just by thinking of it
right,
and desiring it, we're still creating that sin.
okay,
So
okay, 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 okay. What else do you believe? Come on, brother.
More, I feel that this is a process. It's a human spiritual process because when you come out of one form of life that you may live for 40 years, and then when you come into the spiritual life, it seems like you're coming into the truth. You know you're coming into the truth.
Okay, okay.
There's only two.
Let me ask you all this. Oh, come on, Mom. Come on.
All right, I actually have a question.
Yeah.
So I'm reading chapter 7,
Right.
number 27 and 28, and it
Right.
says salvation is a ladder reaching from the heart of man
Right.
to the heart of Allah.
Right.
It has 3 steps.
Right.
Belief is first, and this is what man thinks perhaps is true.
Right.
I feel like what I said wasn't what I think is true. I feel like that was fake.
Okay.
Because I said that heaven was a state of mind. I don't think that it's true. I know that that's true.
Okay.
So I was just wondering, are the things we say faith versus belief?
No, we're talking about belief
Oh,
right now. You know, we're talking about belief because remember, belief is what one thinks is true. Right?
okay.
Now the question becomes, do you think your condition can what? Be better. Do you believe it? Do you believe that you can be better than what you are?
Yes.
That's the question. All the rest of this stuff will come in after we identify the fact, do I think I can be better?
Yes.
Do I think that there's something that exists that can help me be better?
Yes.
Do I believe that these instructions can help me be better?
Yes.
The condition is the man.
That's right.
It's the man.
That's right. Yes.
Praise God, Prophet, Brother J. Thompson for the record. But my belief is when we had a Redeemer to come to teach us that we're not black, Negro, color, Ethiopian. That's my belief because
Right.
in the book,
Right.
it says the truth
Right.
about, who you are.
Right.
And, all the meanings of Negro, black, color, Ethiopian.
Right. Right.
And in the book, again, it says about our Starling Center that means love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice.
Right.
Remember, that's a principle,
Right,
one of the highest principles of man.
right,
Peace.
right, right. But let's go back to belief. Let's not leave belief right now. Let's examine and ask ourselves if we really believe. And if you say, yes, I really believe, then what is an indication to you that you believe? How can you tell if I really believe or not? Come on.
That's why I believe that Allah is God, and Noble Drew Ali is his prophet.
Okay.
I believe that Allah is God because when we look in Allah's creation,
Right,
I was gonna say the world, but if we look at Allah's creation,
right,
the stars, the moon, the sun, the sky, all that Allah created, I believe it wasn't man-made. I believe there was something greater than man that created the creation. The birds, the bees, the flowers, and the trees, and all of this. It was beyond man. I believe it was God.
right,
And Noble Drew Ali is his prophet. Because he said, if you doubt I'm a prophet, watch my prophecy.
right,
I've seen the prophets'
Right.
prophecies.
right,
I remember when he prophesied about having an Asiatic president and a European vice president
right,
before it occurred.
right.
So when I seen it, I said, the prophet prophesied it. And he did so many,
Right,
you know, but that's my belief.
right, right. Let me ask you this way. You know, and I can't, and based on the question, the answers are, you know, they're correct. But when we're talking about our creed, we're talking about a system of beliefs that makes a difference in how we what? How we live.
That's right.
How we live. Our belief system helps us to apply the teaching so that we can accept a certain behavior pattern that's an indication of how we live. You must believe this so that you can live this. All that will come. But if you don't be this, and you, because you don't believe this, how will you be able to identify what this is all about?
That's right.
Bang.
Yes, you know, you said, and that's one of the thoughts I was thinking at the time was, how do you distinguish what you believe in?
Yes.
You know, and I thought about it. See, the thought that came to me is my continuous striving to apply what he has brought.
Yes. Yes.
You know, my continuous striving to try to use what he has given us.
Yes.
So that so I can fortify that in my belief system, so that I can allow my conduct to be shaped in the manner manner in which he saw fit for it to be shaped under his instructions. So my when I run into them obstacles, do I revert back to the way I functioned before I was introduced to the prophet, or do I try to apply the lessons that he has given me to work through these things? You know, my constant prayer. You know, do I rely on the prayer that he's given me? Do I even accept the fact that he said that I'm weak and ignorant? And then that I have things. So the more I strive to use what he brought me to help me make my conditions better, and to return those things that I was accepting, not striving to use those things, but use what he gave me, and then allow my belief to grow into faith that this is the right thing to do.
Right. Remember, you said something important. Your belief must what? Grow
into faith. Yes.
So that means the way you live your what?
Life. Right.
You must believe in this to live your life in a certain way.
Yes.
And that's before you start seeing all this other stuff. I'm talking about me now. What am I doing? What am I reflecting from what I believe in?
Come on, there you go.
What am I showing? What am I really showing that I really believe, in? What do you show? What do you show?
The teachings of the prophet.
You do, but how do you show the teaching? The manifestation by way of your what? Come on.
You just asked a question, what do we show?
Yeah.
And I was thinking that man is truth and falsehood strangely mixed.
Yes.
Because sometimes we're in our high, sometimes we're in our low.
Yes, yes,
We slide
yes.
back and forth, sometimes unconsciously.
Yes, but you should be able, if you're consistent
Mhm.
in what you believe in,
Mhm.
you should see more of this than that.
Yes. Okay, when you first mentioned the word creed, the thought in my mind was custom.
Okay, that's inclined in it, yeah.
So when I looked up creed,
Yeah.
I didn't see custom.
Yeah.
So I looked up custom.
Yeah.
And here it says, I'm gonna just read one. A group of patterns
Yeah.
habitually, actively, usually transmitted from one generation to another. That's not the one I'm actually looking for. Let's say this one. A pattern so long established that it has the force of law.
Okay.
Okay, that goes back to what you were saying. It's a habit.
Yeah.
It's a pattern that we live by.
Okay.
Our practice.
Yeah.
You know, we live in
Yeah.
this life of Islamism.
Okay.
You know, it's a habit.
Okay.
You know, we don't have to try to do it.
Right.
We just do
Yeah. Okay.
it. You know, so I believe
Okay.
in the life of
Okay.
Islam.
Okay, you believe in the life of Islam. Okay.
Because I do it. I don't try to do it or
yes,
you know,
yes.
I just live.
You believe in the life of Islam, and what has that done for you? What does your belief do for you?
Well, it made me a better person.
Okay.
It made me a law-abiding citizen.
Okay. Okay.
You know.
Okay.
I learned to try to treat people right.
Okay. Okay.
You know,
Okay.
just the principles itself.
Okay. 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 Just the principles itself. So your belief helps you to do what?
Live a life.
Live the life what?
Accordingly.
Accordingly. You live the life accordingly. Yes, ma'am.
What do you all, what does this temple believe as far as African American or American African, those terms?
No, we don't believe in those terms. Well, we have accepted the fact that our nationality is Moorish American.
That's right.
Okay.
And also to add to that, we are Asiatics as opposed to African American.
Is that black Asiatic versus some, like white Asiatic, or is it?
So we don't believe in black and white. Those are derogatory marks that was put upon our people at one time. So we don't identify like black and white. It's just Asiatic Muslims. And like you said, our nationality, Moorish American. Peace.
Come on, Sister Joe.
Islam, maybe sister to help. One is our race, the other is our nationality. Asiatic is our race, Moorish American is our nationality. And there are only two races, Asiatic and European.
That's right.
All the nations, all the peoples came all under one or the other. So it's not black Asian or Asian. You were saying Asiatic, African American. It's Asiatic, Moorish American. When you see those forms that they ask you to fill out, we would put Asiatic under when they ask you your race. We would put Moorish American where they ask you your nationality. One is our decent nature, who our people are, where we came from. And the other is how Allah made man to be. So we started dividing up and creating nations. You have another question?
Yes, ma'am.
So back to 48 verse 3. Do you say number 3? Every nation shall and must worship under their own vine and fig tree. So is that saying that all Asiatics are together under one vine and fig tree, or each nation, or each separate nation is under?
Good. That's a good question. Each separate nation must worship under their own vine and fig tree. We're all Asiatics, but we are divided into different nations. You know, there is a origin of the divine nations. All those divine nations are Asiatics. The Colombians, the Nicaraguans, you see, Chileans, Mexicans, natives of San Salvador.
And Muslim is one who submit his will to Allah.
Exactly.
So neither Muslim or Asiatic.
So, no, look, Asiatics are Muslims.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right,
It's
Asiatics are Muslims.
That's right.
Because Asiatics are of a divine origin. We're all children of Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve are the mothers and fathers of the human family. Asiatics and Muslims.
That's Muslim, that's right.
We're all Asiatics. But there is a designation that one must pay attention to when you hear about the pale-skinned nations of Europe. They were one time Asiatics themselves.
Islam. That's right.
But because of certain practices that drove them into the outer regions, which caused their whole physical appearance to change. Now they're designated because of practice of their practices. They practiced the worship of many gods. They went into a climate that distinguished them, a certain area that distinguished them from the Asiatic nations. They went into Europe. European is those who come from Europe. Europe are pale-skinned. They are the pale-skinned nations of Europe.
They're separated.
But remember, they chose that.
That's right.
Which caused that. But they all were Asiatics because it wasn't nothing but Asiatics.
One bird. That's right.
Asiatics and Muslims.
That's right.
They were Asiatics and Muslims. But because of sin and disobedience, didn't they change us to being black?
That's right here.
That took us away from that. They started calling us black, which we had no concept that we were really Asiatics. First, in our nation, under the Asiatic creed, was the Moorish nation. We are of divine origin.
That's right.
We are a divine people. Who, because of our sinful nature, got labeled or got put in a category that does not even exist. Black. Sin and disobedience. See, when you are sinful and disobedience to the laws of God, that means how can you call yourself a Muslim?
That's right.
There is a penalty for being disobedient to God. And our penalty was what? Slavery. And what happened in slavery?
We lost our identity.
We lost our identity. We lost our nationality.
You know who we were.
And so therefore we started calling ourselves black. guess is?
Now, as far as, nationality,
Yes.
okay, so, some of my family members have done some family tree research.
Yeah, yeah.
And we know that we come from, like, ultimately from a plantation in Virginia.
Okay.
And then one of my, maternal cousins did a blood test saying that we were ultimately, like, from Nigeria.
Okay.
So, am I Moorish American because I come from slavery, or?
You're Moorish American because you are a descendant of Moroccans born in America. And the Moroccans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites. We come from we're from a tribe of the ancient Moabites who inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. See, when we were brought from here over here. And in this, we lost our identity. But we came from the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. That's where our people occupy. And that's because we received a permission from who? To occupy that portion of Africa. But we originally came from where? No, the land of Canaan.
That's right.
We originally came from Canaan. We received permission from the rulers of Africa, the pharaohs, he allowed us to settle in this portion of Africa. And that portion of Africa was what? Northwest. Northwest and southwest. And that's why our people identify with it. But we originally came again from where? From the land of Canaan. Yes.
So today, under my own vine and fig tree,
Yes.
does that mean that I do not, like, mix with Nigerians or Jamaicans?
No, it doesn't mean that. You don't amalgamate with the pale-skinned nation of Europe.
Oh.
But those are our people.
That's right.
See, all those are our people. We're all connected because we all are of divine origin. Yes, my brother.
Just to direct our attention or point out in line with what the Grand Chief is saying. Remember what it says in our Koran that the Moors founded the holy city of Mecca. Out of the holy city, some of us were cast out. And when we were cast out, some of our people wound up accepting other teachings and going into regions of the world, which at that time was known as Asia, and then wound up in parts of the Caucasus Mountains in Europe. And so the point is, the Moors were the oldest tribe of people, the ancient Moabites. And according to the history, and we're not talking about man, but divine history, that those nations came from us. And as they are inhabiting different parts of the world, in different parts of Africa and other places, the ancient Moabites were known as the oldest tribe of people. So we gotta remember that through that blood lineage, different nations were formed. Not to complicate, because we gotta keep moving and make sure everybody's on the same, able to follow the train of thought. Is that, remember as it said, those who were cast out of the holy city, obviously, we were in the holy city and then we got cast out, some of us. and therefore we went into, where did they go? It says in the book, they went into Asia, they went out into the world. And going out into the world and having different parts of the world. And from that, different nations were formed, but we all came from one area, as was just said, in the Holy Land Kingdom. So, not to complicate, but let's just follow, as the prophet is showing us in our questionnaire, the transition of our people and how they came from one area and went out into different parts of the world.
The divine origin of the Asiatic nations. The fallen sons and daughters of the Asiatic nation of North America need to learn to love instead of hate, and to know of their higher self and lower self. This is the uniting of the Holy Koran of Mecca for teaching and instructing all Moorish Americans, etc. The key of civilization was and is in the hands of who? The Asiatic nations. Now, here we go. The Moorish, who were the ancient Moabites and the founders of the holy city of Mecca. They are what? Yes, but they are also what? They are Asiatics. The Egyptians, who were the Hamites, and of a direct descendant of Mazrian. The Arabians, the seed of Hagar, Japanese and Chinese. Who are they? What are they? They're Asiatics. The Hindus of India, the descendants of the ancient Canaanites, Hittites, and Moabites from the land of Canaan. The Asiatic nations and countries in North, South, and Central America. The Moorish Americans and Mexicans in where?
North America.
Here, in North America. It says, the Moorish Americans and Mexicans in North America, Brazilians, Argentinians, and Chileans where? South America. Colombians, Nicaraguans, and the natives of San Salvador where? Central America, etc. What are they? And these Asiatics are what? Muslims. Adam and Eve are the mothers and fathers of who?
Human family.
And Muslims. So you see your identification. You're identified. If you notice, there are no European nations in here.
No, that ain't. No, that.
And this is the divine origin of the Asiatic nation.
That's right.
Come on.
Come on here.
It's on, and it's good that you read that. You started the conversation about creed.
Creed, that's right. That's right.
A system of belief.
That's right.
Now, we read this.
That's right.
You got a picture in your mind. This is what the prophet is doing for us.
Yes.
He's giving us a historical view of how we came about, where we came from.
Yeah.
And not only that, remember it says divine.
Yes. Yes.
So that means it comes from Almighty God.
Yes.
Our origin.
Yes.
Now, with this, you have to see your creed in here.
Yes.
And because he describes all the different Asiatic nations,
yes,
there's 7 continents in the world. Mm-hmm. There are many nations from those continents.
Yes.
You don't take on a nationality of a continent.
Yes.
You take it from the nation in that continent that you derive from.
Yes.
Man.
Yeah.
So remember those things. He's getting us to see a connection of everything that took place from the Garden of Eden, the holy city.
Yes.
And how we evolved from there.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And who evolved from there.
Yes. Yes.
So you got to see all of this as you on your journey.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Now, you know something, Brother Lee, one thing we got to look at, we can't look at it the way it's set up, where the geographical thing is set up today.
Right.
No, it's changed.
See, the prophet is reuniting us back
to
Right.
be one. He's uniting Asia.
Right,
Because if you look at it the way it's set up today, you
Right.
won't see this.
right,
But see, he's taking you back to the original foundation.
right,
And the original foundation is that all those brothers and sisters in that you read, all the nations, we were all one at one time.
right,
Based
right,
on, but every nation has suffered slavery
right.
by not honoring the creeds
That's
and principles of their forefathers.
That's right.
And they strayed after the gods of you who made them not. So if you look at it from the way it's set up today, you won't see what he's saying.
Right,
Because we look subdivided.
right,
But the prophet is taking us back to the original
right,
foundation of the way it was set up.
right,
And when you look at it, that's why when you look at the Asian brothers and sisters, the Hispanics, the Negroes, they are brothers and sisters.
yes, right,
Even though they may not know that.
right,
Just like we didn't know that.
right,
But at some point, we're going to all know that we are all brothers and sisters.
right,
And that's something that because for a long time, I wrestled with that.
right,
But I had to stop looking at it from the way I see it out here today.
right,
Because it's divided.
right,
And you know, you have the Japanese over here. But they can't, no man can change the decent nature. And that's that power stand beyond the great universal great God Allah himself.
that's right,
So it's already set up.
that's right,
We just got to go back and embrace it.
right,
We have to embrace it. And the prophet is giving us the lessons of how we came about as a people,
Right.
and who our brothers and sisters is.
that's right.
And that's something I've offered.
That's right. But remember, babe, he says the united.
That's what I'm talking. Asia. That's what I'm talking about. The united.
United.
Yes.
Islam, not to be, belabor the point, but if you go to chapter 47,
Yeah.
it helps to break down what her Nigerian, what she was thinking about Nigeria. It further breaks down how our people, where our people went and who our people are. Because it starts to tell you, sister, about those nations being formed all over. And it starts to, because that's what helped me to understand it. When I couldn't understand it at first. We all came from this one spot, but then as I read more and studied more and looked at chapter 47, if you read that chapter, it'll help to really break it all down for you. And you'll see that Nigeria is all a part of all the rest of it. It's just under a different name.
That's right.
And you know what's something else funny too? That's not funny. But when you read this, you don't read about the European until they tell you that we do not desire to amalgamate.
Come on.
Come on. Yeah.
That's when they come in.
That's the only time.
That's when they are mentioned.
That's
And
right.
that is a warning, and we're warned about that.
That's right.
You know? Wait a minute. Yeah, bro.
The prophet said you the doors open and his back is in.
Yes.
So, can a European come in?
We can't stop them from coming in
Can it be a member of this movement?
because they already got their nationality.
Oh,
We don't promote that, but we can't stop them from coming in because he said that it's gonna be a few of them. He's gonna save a few of them
They're going to enforce.
because it's a reason why he's gonna,
You like good peas, good green.
and they're good farmers. You know?
Yes.
So there are gonna be some that's going to,
they could be welcome in here, but they wouldn't come, they could be welcome when they
I can't hear you.
They'll be welcome when they come.
Oh, yeah, we gotta welcome them. We gotta welcome them. We gotta welcome anybody we come in contact.
We down in love.
See, we can't practice no discrimination. We can't stop, you know what I mean? We just know who they are.
That's right.
And to add to that more, I think, if I'm correct, they can't, sit on our roster, they can't hold.
Oh, no, they don't come in.
They can't sit on, they can't hold office in our design organization, but they welcome to worship.
They're welcome to hear the words of the prophet.
Yeah,
My understanding about myself, I am Asiatic by birth and a Muslim by choice.
no,
My birth. Lord, Mom.
it's in the blood, it's in the blood.
Muslims are born, not made.
That's And I remember when I was in junior high school, my geography teacher, he used to put up the world map.
Right.
And he used to tell us, he said, look at it real careful. Because you can see where the different countries and different continents, they were all one at one time.
Right.
And through the years, you understand, and the way it was set up, they drifted apart. You understand? But you can look at a world map and you can see where, if you piece it together like a puzzle, they all fit together. It was all one at one time. The land was all one.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, the land was all, at one time was one large land mass. But there were many destructions that took place.
Right.
Earthquakes. And one of the ones that we're familiar with, that caused the what? Okay, but the continent of Atlantic sunk.
Right. Right.
And then the Atlantic Ocean filled in that void.
That's right.
That's right.
But that was also at one time connected.
That's right.
They said at one time, I read, where you could walk from one end to the other.
That's right.
So that's just something, come on.
It's not, if I may add, Sister may hear our pronunciation, the word Muslim, and you may hear Muslim, and it's really no different other than Muslim. Yeah, the Arabic alphabet, but they both mean the same, Muslim and Muslim. One who submits their will to God.
No, one who submits to the will of God. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
About this test that one of my cousins took, a blood test to find out where he come from.
Right.
There is another word that they use, HAPA, for those who take the test. And it turns out that their father, or mother is from Europe.
Right.
But they may look like me.
Right.
What do you think about that?
Well, there were Asiatics who in fact not only occupied Europe but conquered Europe. They ruled Europe.
Yes.
Our people, especially in Ireland, the British Isles, you know, our people. Just think about it. Our people occupied. I mean, we're everywhere.
Yeah, and we amalgamated.
And that's what happened.
We amalgamated with the Europeans.
Yeah.
We gotta remember what the prophet is doing. He's taking us back, and if I may, babe, just briefly.
Yeah.
He's taking us back, and he's reminding us of who we are.
Yeah.
In the excerpt of what you just alluded to, where you said that they just now mentioning the Europeans.
Yeah.
In that same chapter, he reminds us of who we are. He said we are a clean and pure nation.
That's right.
We did not amalgamate with them before. There was something that took place, a transition, when we started to amalgamate with the Europeans. So we gotta kind of stay open and listen to what took place. And he's giving us an idea for you to do your study and research to understand this transition that took place with them and the effect it had on some of us. So, and that's why we do not desire, because of who we are. And so we want to make sure that we're learning some of these things and studying these teachings, so that we don't continue to make the same error.
Yeah.
He said we once ruled the world, but this time we're going to go back and do it again. He said we're going to go back and do it again, but this time we're going to do it under love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. We didn't apply the principles when we were conquering those things. We got caught up. We got put out of Ireland because we went to sleep. So there's a lot of things in there we got to start to study and extract of the history of the mores of man as we went throughout the world and some of the things we did and why we suffered slavery.
Yeah. So, you know, one thing he tells you about that too, we need to get, when it comes to amalgamation, we must get rid of the desire.
Yes.
Islam.
Yes.
See, there are still many of our people who desire,
Right.
and we gotta get rid of the desire. Come on.
On to J. Tom there for the record. That's when answer one of the questions the sister asked. I think nobody never answered. Said what you call our skin. In our Quran, in our questionnaire, it said our skin color is olive.
Okay.
Our skin run from light to light to dark to dark. Okay, you understand? Peace.
Okay. All right. Come on now.
Jay Long Bay for the record. I like to piggyback on what PKC was saying, And food for thought when he said we not desire to amalgamate America to the Pacific nation of Europe.
Yeah.
But we are a clean and pure nation.
Yeah.
And food for thought.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that this only happened when we came into slavery and come over here. You know what I'm saying? And this when this took place.
Right.
You know, I could be wrong, but that's just a food for thought. You know what I'm saying? Because I think as we was a clean pure nation over in Africa, over in, you know,
Right.
the land that we had over there, that we didn't amalgamate with them.
Right. Well, remember something. That our people had them as slaves one time.
That's right. True that.
You know what I mean? So a lot of things took place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? See, they ain't always had us in slavery.
Yeah.
We had our run with them too.
Yes.
But that was the cause of our downfall.
That's right. That's right.
That's why we got that was caused our downfall.
Yeah.
When we had them in slavery.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we had them in slavery.
You said that was our downfall.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was our downfall when we started to practice amalgamation.
Oh, okay.
We got all these European slaves, and you don't think our people amalgamated?
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't think that carnal appetite kicked
You
in?
explained it.
Yes.
I mean, that was just one of the ways. We ain't talking about.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's one of the downfalls.
Yeah, that's one of the downfalls.
But the people in slavery was a downfall.
Yeah, Mom. Yeah.
But that was going against the laws of God.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Mom.
Good enough.
Yeah. Okay, look, that history piece, you gotta move on. You know, you go. It's important that you start to really become knowledgeable of what this is really about.
Yes.
You gotta know something about yourself. When you start to learn about yourself, you can start to pay attention to your behavior pattern. Remember, our creed, our system of beliefs is a way of life. Because that's what a creed is. Every nation has their own creed. That's why we must return to ours.
Right.
But we got to be able to know what it is. Come on, Mozart.
Well, I'm stuck on the prophet's word when he said, learn to love instead of hate.
Right.
And when you come up with these issues that where it was in the past, and you try to accept the imagination that's going on in your world today, what you see, and how can I love that?
No, Mona, you're not loving that.
I mean,
That's
they
not
love
what you're loving. What you're loving is you're learning to love you. See, learn to love instead of hate. Learn to love you so that you can be able to know what love is. If I can't love me, how can I identify with something I'm not myself? I can't know nothing about loving nobody if I don't love myself because I don't know what it
No,
is.
loving the issue, loving
The issue is more those are illusions.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
You don't get caught up in the illusions.
That's right, man.
You know, what you're seeing is illusion, and
Alright.
those are the things that project certain thought patterns that come from those who disobey the ordinance of God.
Okay, okay.
That's what we're seeing.
That was right.
Yeah.
No, we don't love that.
No, because if I
Don't
make
love that.
if I make no sense,
Yeah, Ma.
because what it does is showing you what is being bred.
Yes. Yeah.
You love what Allah loves, which is the part of you that is your higher self.
Yes.
So if you're not loving it, you hate it.
Yeah, yeah. You're not doing one is the other.
Yeah. But see, you gotta remember, it's an illusion.
Okay.
You don't love the illusion because it ain't real.
Right.
That's
Okay.
the way.
Okay.
Wait, we know more.
All right. So
Okay.
leave it at that. Leave it at that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. All right. Interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Chapter 19, I'm sorry. All right. Chapter 19. Jesus appears fully materialized to the Eastern sages in the palace of Prince Ravana in India, to the Magian priests in Persia, three wise men speaking praise of the personality of the Nazarene. Now let me see. How can we okay. So we're talking about Jesus, right? We're talking about Jesus that really he performed a certain event that changed the course or the direction of man's thought.
Yes.
Cool.
He changed man's thought.
Cool.
What did he do? What did he do?
So the possibility.
He said he proved what? The possibilities of man. Now, what is a possibility of man?
That he can't die.
He can't die. Man truly can't die.
That's right.
You let you know that lying
Can or
man is
cannot?
one.
He cannot.
You let you know that lying man is one.
And this is not what?
Man.
It's not man.
That's right.
That's right.
Just a vehicle.
That's all it is. This is not man,
That's right.
but it is projected to be man.
Right.
It's projected to be man because if one can, I say, this is me,
Right.
what will you do for this?
Looking at the murky ethers.
Yeah, but what will you do for it?
Anything.
Anything to preserve it.
Yes, sir.
Because you thinking, when this ends, I end.
It's over.
Yes, right.
But thinking like that, look how you play into slavery.
Mm.
I mean, look at the psychology. If I don't let you know, if I can stop you from knowing that this ain't you, and that this is you, I can control you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
By fear.
Fear.
Yeah.
No question.
Praise the Lord.
By fear. You got to know, but it takes practice to come into the realization that this ain't you.
Yes, sir.
So does man is born with unlimited capacity?
No question.
Play part in that?
No question. Well, the part of that is, don't let them know
That's right.
that they have unlimited capacity.
That's right.
You know? Let me keep them here.
That's right.
Let me keep you earthbound.
That's right.
Because that's where my power exists. On the earth.
Can't hurt me.
It can't go no further than the earth.
He says death is no enemy to man.
Right.
You know,
But you gotta learn that. But you gotta learn that this ain't you.
That's that.
It'll be no more.
Don't let him go.
See, our creed lets us know that this ain't us.
That's right.
Goes right back to it.
It goes back to the creed.
Yeah. What you believe.
That's right.
What you believe.
But the brother just said it's our belief system.
Yes.
And we grow.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen overnight.
No.
But we have to work on believing
Yeah.
that we are a spirit in the body here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that we won't allow this to control us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not gonna happen overnight, and we can't think about it every other day. We
No.
gotta remind, like you say, I think you made the word, we gotta, and I'm gonna just use my word, to fortify ourselves
Yeah.
with that concept. by reminding ourselves of
Yeah.
this.
Yeah,
But, and so that we can grow to accept that we are not the body no more.
yeah, but we got to grow into it.
Yes.
Yeah. So see, if you don't, you see, like you said you can't let that carnal flesh know that it's born with a little bit Christ, because you take it and run with it. Huh?
No, the carnal flesh can't do nothing.
I'm saying you can't let it know
No.
that it's unborn.
But you can see, but it don't think, it don't reason.
Yeah.
So the carnal flesh is only the vehicle.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
It's the car
Right.
in which we ride around in. So the flesh don't control us, we got to control it.
That's right.
Because you know when you don't control yourself, you can have an accident.
Get out of control.
Yeah. Think about it. Think about when you're driving your car. If you don't drive the car can't drive itself.
It takes instructions.
It has to take instruction. It has to take instruction.
Yeah, like,
The first instruction is when you put it in the drive.
that's right.
But if you put it in the drive, you gotta know where you're going. Well, that's the same thing with the body. The spirit gotta put it in the drive.
Takes instructions.
And I know where I'm going. Now what happens is, on Friday, we know where we're going. We put it in drive, and we come to the temple.
That's right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that's been eliminated. So we know that, and we know that about Sunday.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
But it's all about knowing that you are the driver. You are in control.
So are your looks part of evolution?
Your looks,
Illusion?
your look.
Your looks.
Oh, it's no question. Your looks are an illusion.
That's what I'm on to get.
Because the eyes are unable to distinguish truth from falsehood. Because these eyes only see the manifestation, the reflection.
So what is getting old? Your mind? When you getting gray?
No, that's the body.
The body.
The body ages because it was a time when it wasn't. It was a time when it wasn't, so what happens? It ages.
Right. Not the mind.
No, not because look, not the mind, the body. Not the mind. The body.
The body got it okay. They got instructions.
No, look, what happened, no, it has its own system
Policy, right.
that's attached to it, and it's called time.
That's right. That's right.
Come on, Bunch Black.
Thought moves the flesh.
Yes.
That's right.
But that's man.
That's right.
Because man is what? So what thoughts do you hold? And how do you drive?
Yes, sir.
Direction.
Yes.
So you would either have lower self-thoughts or higher self.
That's
Yes,
right, my dear.
yes,
That's it.
Yes.
Praise the Lord.
You're going to have one or the other. And the lower self will be associated with this.
Praise the Lord.
Exactly.
What you see.
Praise the Lord.
Yes, sir.
The higher self is what you see, what you see.
But we are the wombs of our mothers and fathers. So they was illusion.
The body's
They
mom.
created.
The body.
Who created illusion?
The body. Look. Try to look at it like this.
Research.
When man took on flesh, he created it.
It's on strike. What else?
Yeah.
And you know, one thing about it is, when we do put it in drive, we are responsible.
That's no question.
That's what we must remind ourselves of. We are responsible
Right.
of how we drive.
Right.
Even in a car.
Right.
Once you get in the car and you behind the wheel, you are responsible for driving
Right.
that car.
Right.
And whatever happens,
Right.
you are responsible for what happened.
Right.
So it's just the same with our body.
Right.
We are responsible for how we do what we do and how we can treat it, how we use it, and everything else. We are responsible.
Right. That's right. Right. Come on, here.
Islam, and using this analogy, think Think about this in this way. If we using the analogy of the body of the car,
Yeah,
if you take care of that car, it goes a little long and lasts a little longer.
That's right. Take care of you.
See, the sister was talking about the higher self and the lower self.
yeah,
If you think on a higher level
yes,
and you do what
Yes.
the prophet says
yeah,
in
Yes.
terms of what help us to the body, even that is honestly to the soul,
yes, yes,
that you keep yourself healthy in mind,
yes,
the thoughts of purity that you continue to practice because we turn from sin
yes,
and strive for purity in life.
yes.
You don't know how long your body will be here.
That's right.
Yes.
So, how long may keep you here a long time, especially if you're doing what he said.
Come on now.
Remember what he said when we honor your mother and father, your days will be longer.
Yes, yeah,
She just we gotta use these lessons to see what we're doing here.
Come on, come on.
You preserve this body.
Yeah.
Preserve this body.
Yes,
You gotta change the way you think
Yes, that's right.
and the things that you do.
yes.
So that this body is preserved, but it's not for you, it's for the good of others.
That's right. That's right.
You have a mindset of coming in here to learn how to serve.
That's right. That's right.
And with purity in life and thought, you would then keep yourself in a state of mind that continuously creates heaven, and in that heaven that you create is for the service of mankind.
That's right.
Praise God.
Come on,
So Brother Chase here said, it made me think about it, why the wise man is wise man, because he remembers his own imperfections.
Right.
So by him remembering his own imperfections, isn't that the same as honesty to the soul?
Yeah, Mom.
Okay.
Yes, more praise God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on.
Get some back.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Islam.
Islam.
You said something that really sparked the thought in my mind. Like, the class started off with creed, and then once you got into the Quran, you said that Jesus brought some teachings that changed the course of time.
Yeah.
You know, Prophet Noble Ali, you know, what I'm learning now is he's not only just a prophet.
Right.
He calls himself professor at one time too. And you know, a professor is a master teacher. And you know, the more scientific America, when he bought it, he changed the course of time because we were under illusion. We were black color and all these other things. We didn't know our divine creed and stuff like that. When he came with the old time religion,
Right.
what I'm starting to learn, like, this is our university.
Right.
And he's the professor of that university.
Right.
And the Quran and the questionnaire is our curriculum.
Right.
That's why we come to Sunday school every Sunday to pound it in over and over and over again,
Right.
so we can start thinking in a different manner
Right.
and seeing things outside of the illusion.
Right.
Because that's what I'm learning. Like, every time I come to Sunday school, I learn something different,
Right.
and I learn more and more and more.
Great.
And we just got to just stick to that curriculum, man. Because once we stick to the curriculum of the questionnaire and the Quran,
Right.
can't go wrong.
Right.
and keep in mind, Prophet Noble brought the thought that redeems in this new era of time.
That's right. That's right.
He brought the redeeming thought, the thought that can bring us out of the present condition. That's right.
He declared it as a new era.
And when I get you to thinking,
Right.
save yourself.
Yeah, bro, structure of my door.
Come on.
Islam. Going back, you were saying, I was starting to say, in terms of that, saying that the prophet said he bought everything that can save a nation. Take this and save yourself. These are the Quran, the questionnaire, and copy you follow.
Yeah. Praise the Lord. What's that?
It's not, I was gonna say, could you read a verse out of the Koran before we go?
That's not on the agenda.
I know it's in Koran class.
Don't play with words. That's not on the But wait a minute, we gotta go. We gotta go. But listen, for you to be a good driver, you must have a license.
That's right. Yes, sir.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
you got to have a license.
That's right. And insurance.
And the prophet insures, or the prophet gives us a license for us to drive this vehicle.
Right.
It's this.
Yeah, that's right.
It's the law.
Yes.
The law guides this vehicle. And if you don't drive this vehicle according to the law, you can have what?
Accident.
Because if you're not within the law, you're out of the law. And only in the law, the providence of Allah protects you.
That's right, yes, sir.
So you got to make sure that you drive and keep in accord with the law.
Back then,
I am going to do. I do that. I do that, brother Chief.
back then.
Look. And 45. And 19.
Okay.
Back then, the
But here,
time was up.
listen, the problem of the age has been solved.
Yeah, come on.
A son of man has risen from the dead, has shown that human flesh can be transformed into flesh divine. Okay, bro, single in.
Islam more.
Islam.
I'd like to thank our Grand Chief and moderator of the Moorish Center for American Incorporated, who is also our brother man and friend, Brother R. Jones Bay, who was very stimulating class. And I'd like to thank you all for your participation. And at this time, I'll call for the Grand Governor of Washington, D.C., and call for the Assistant Grand Governess of Washington, D.C., Sister Peter Jones Bay, to read our divine warning, our proclamation, and while it's being read, please give the reading your undivided attention and please cease all movement.
Islam. I give praise to Allah and honor to His holy prophet, Noble Ali, and honor to this wonderful Sunday school and Koran class. Prophet warns all Muslims, governors ordered to read proclamation at each meeting. I hereby inform all members that they must end all radical agitating speeches while at work, in their homes, or on the streets. We are for peace and not destruction. Stop flashing your cards at Europeans. It causes confusion. Remember, your card is for your salvation. Failure to obey these orders will be of severe consequence. We are for love, truth, peace, and freedom, and when these principles are violated, justice then must take its course. Any member or group of members who hold malicious feelings towards the temple or the prophet, or violate the divine covenant of the Moorish movement, will receive their reward from Allah for their unjust deeds. All true Moors will and must obey the law as laid down to them by their prophet. If they lose confidence in their prophet, they should turn in their card, button, cease wearing their turban or fez, and return to the state where I, the prophet, found you. This is a holy and divine movement founded by the prophet, Noble Ali. And if the prophet is not right, the temple is not right. The prophet, therefore, is sending out the divine plea to all Moorish Americans that they do their part in protecting their prophet and the temple. This is an everlasting movement founded by the prophet through the will of Allah to redeem his people from their sins. By order of Prophet Noble Ali. Peace.
Peace.
Islam wars.
Islam.
I'd like to thank our Assistant Grand Governor, Sister D. Jones Bay, for the reading of our Divine Warning and Proclamation. That ends our Sunday school program. Father universe,
Allah, Father universe,
Father love,
Father love,
truth,
peace,
freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector,
Allah is my protector,
my guide,
my guide,
and my salvation,
by night,
and by day,
day,
through his holy prophet,
through his holy prophet,
through Ali.
through Ali.
Amen.
Amen.